Hey everybody! Welcome back to the increasingly scary adventures of the random number generator 321 Go. It is not going fast enough to hit the lost. Maybe Eve? Yeah, Eve, okay. Well, anytime we get not the lost, it's a good opportunity for us to keep things going. RC7MY4BT. Let's see what we've got in our first... Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. This is actually a pretty good start here. Chocolate milk. Well, it gives you two different choices. You can tap shoot for, speed, or you can charge shoot for damage and comfort. It's just a lovely situation. It's the Transformers, robots in disguise of potential items here. And immediately, I am excited by the fact that at least we don't have the lost. I mean, that is like, if you were playing Rebirth Death Roulette, that's like probably 30%, 50% of the bets. That's probably what you'd expect us to lose on. He says as he takes a lot of damage by being an idiot on a room that he should not have taken damage against. So let's be smarter. Because actually, losing half of our HP, even though it does put us in the Horror Babylon state, is extremely dangerous. Okay, moving on. Let's not go full-on, insanity discussion just yet. Let's give ourselves an opportunity here to pick up some extra HP. Ideally the Spirit Heart, so we can stay in the Horror Babylon state. But I guess what I will say is, for now, oh god, this is actually a little dangerous. Those guys took 2 full charge shots and, took a lick and kept on ticking there. I'm going to take that and ruin our Horror Babylon state to give us a little bit of a bigger window to fight the boss. And I'm glad I did. This wasn't a Monstro fight. We could easily get hit a couple of times here, and if we get hit, well, we get in the Horror Babylon state, but we'll have done some free damage in the meantime. What's our ideal payout here? Well, if you have to twist my leg, squeezy. Give me a Tears upgrade with a lot of survivability help so we can get in the Horror Babylon state and stay there on the next floor. Other things I want on this floor, 5 cents. Obviously, we didn't get squeezy, but that was a long shot anyway. 5 cents, so we can spawn an arcade on the next floor, or buy a Spirit Heart. Both pretty important. I think probably the arcade is a little bit more valuable than the... well, we only need 4 cents because we have a bomb, but the arcade's probably a little bit more valuable because we can always get a Spirit Heart from a Tinted Rock with just a bomb instead. The arcade could give us the IV bag, which is a very interesting option, I think. We got some choices. 3 cents... or a chest, or whatever this is. No, what, do we have Curse of the Maze? Yeah, we have Curse of the Maze. Wasn't there a... Maybe that's where the chest was down there. Well, the other option that we have is to look for the secret room. I think we get the chest, honestly, and maybe the secret room's here, but it's unlikely. And the chest worked out fairly nicely for us. I'm not going to go to the shop. I'm just going to be content to be able to have a chance to spawn an arcade on the next floor, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up a Spirit Heart via a Tinted Rock, or, if possible, later on the floor next, like this floor that's here right now. All we need to do is not take damage. So there is our arcade. We're not going to play it right away, but we're going to be extremely happy knowing that it's a part of our run. We will pay the cent to go in, just to see what we got in case there was like a Demon Judgment in there. That might be a little bit better to play than the Blood Bank. Or it might not be, there's definitely 2 ways you could possibly go about thinking about it. We don't want to take Red Heart damage yet. So we're going to ignore that Red Heart, but it's nice to have for the future. Obviously, even though I do want a Spirit Heart, our item room is still going to take precedent, especially because we found it first. And we get Anarchist Cookbook, which is fairly awful. But with no other options... right now, it's at least something. We could use it on that room, maybe get a penny out of it. But I'm gonna save it for maybe a Tinted Rock that we don't have a bomb to open. Maybe we could use it against Krampus or something like that. But it's kind of a big risk right now. So you know what? I think we're just gonna be content to kind of hold it and maybe replace it later. There's a bomb and a key. Just to be on the safe side, I think it's very intelligent for us to buy this Spirit Heart right now. Hopefully we end up getting enough money to be able to buy a Red Candle, because if we don't get IV Bag, Red Candle could be a pretty big get for us. Now, the Blood Bank doesn't actually ruin our red heart, you know, ability for a deal with the devil. But I kind of don't want it just yet. You know, we don't need Whore of Babylon just yet. Let's just beat Monstro. If we can't beat Monstro with, you know, Eve's base damage plus chocolate milk, we got a real problem. Then we'll see what we get on the deal with the devil. Then, if we have HP, we'll go to the blood bank. And, if we can just get enough payout on the blood bank to buy a red candle, and maybe get into the Whore of Babylon state permanently, our life is, pretty much completely set here. You know, it's very important to pay close attention on these first few floors, particularly with Eve, but also with, like, Samson. If you can pick up an early IV bag, then, and still have some survivability, particularly in the form of Spirit Hearts attached to it, then you're in a really, really good position. We'll take our HP. No rush to get into the Whore of Babylon state, but we're also going to be able to do it instantly here. You know what? I don't think it's worth taking Brother Bobby here. I think we can be super happy taking the Pact. And then, we're in the Whore of Babylon state with chocolate milk. We got a great thing going. Not really worth a bomb to get that. We'll take our time to actually shoot all this stuff back here. And why am I doing this? Every penny we get is a little bit less, every red heart too, is a little bit less backtracking than I have to do in order to get enough money to use red candle. And if we can't get red candle, life goes on. But Anarchist Cookbook is real shitty. So I would like to, if possible. We should have looked on the other side. The secret room could have been there. But it paid out pretty nicely. And we got to get our consumables back anyway. Secret room? There's our secret room. Few bombs. Let's not blow up the mushrooms yet, just in case this allows us to get to the money required to get red candle, which it will, actually. Let's just go buy red candle, like, right now. We'll blow up the donation machine a couple of times, and hopefully we'll be able to give it back later, you know? If we have red candle, we don't really need the blood bag, or the IV bag. It would still be nice to get the blood bag. It would still be nice to have a chance at IV bag, maybe, but, we can pick up red candle on the cheap here, and in doing so, pretty much sort our damage out for the entirety of this run, as long as we can stay in the Whore of Babylon state. Oh, don't make me. We don't have to, we could just backtrack, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So there's red candle. And again, this is going to be probably a little bit too slow to be thinking about boss rush, but this is a fantastic situation for any Eden run, or sorry, Eve, well, any run, but any Eve run specifically to find itself in. We're in a great position. We'll blow this up just for shits and giggles, I guess, and we got a little bit of extra money out of it. We're up to 4 cents. That's totally, totally okay. All right, let's get a move on then, and I'm very pleased with how this worked out. We got the Pact. We're in the permanent Whore of Babylon state. I don't remember what was in here, but oh, it was Anarchist Cookbook. So we got Anarchist Cookbook, which sucked, and we got red candle, which is amazing. So, you know, pretty much ticked off all the early game Eve things. We can't ruin our Whore of Babylon state unless we pick up an HP upgrade. No curse on this floor. We got a lot of damage, and that helps as well, you know? Chocolate milk as well is just, it's not only a great item, but it's a cool item, and it has so many applications later as well. You know, Tammy's hat, sad bombs, whatever we can get along with it. Just not, like, let's try not to take, like, technology and potentially ruin it a little bit, or at least ruin the coolness of it. Death's Touch is sweet with it. Cursed Eye, I like, well, actually, now that I think about it, Cursed Eye does nothing, I think. So I'm talking out of my ass. Well, our curse room is somewhat indirectly paid out for us. Yeah, we got some extra spirit hearts out of it, and we still have this. Cricket's Head. Ooh, you know what? We've had Bob's Brain enough lately that I feel completely justified in saying no to it right now. I'm actually, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I'm a little regretful of the secret room, maybe. Little regretful of the red candle pickup. We don't need the damage. Mind you, it doesn't hurt us to have it, but we certainly do not need it. I'm using chocolate milk a lot, not using red candle probably as much as I should. But it's nice to have, you know, for bosses, or, you know, to be able to hit multiple enemies, because it is a form of piercing shot. That's, you know, it's good to know that we do have it there. Could be a secret room here. Kind of a tall ask. Oh, lucky us. And lucky toe. And missing page 2, which means we get a black heart out of it at least. Petrified Poop is fine, but let's go with lucky toe. You know, we take Petrified Poop a lot, and we take it for good reasons, but if we have the opportunity to try something new on a run where things are looking pretty good to start with here, why not? Paralysis is, in its own unique way, one of the shittiest pills in the game. Because although it doesn't actually give you any permanent problems, it never transforms into a good pill, even, you know, in the presence of a PhD or a Virgo pickup. So I'm like, what's the point? Like, I might as well just take it as soon as this room is over. There's no way to actually turn it into something good. You know, even, you know, amnesia can turn into something good. This one is just a, you know, a complete waste. And I still don't know that paralysis has ever actually hurt me, but whatever. I need you to, like, get a little out of the line of sight, because I'm an idiot and didn't quite break the poop before charging up my red candle shot, and then decided not to cancel it for some very silly reason. Do have 2 keys. Alright. Lucky me. We got the speed. That was not... I mean, it was okay dodging, but I had the speed necessary to commit that okay dodge. So, you know, I give all credit to the stats that we have right now. You know what? Red candle's fine, and we put a lot of effort into getting it, but the Shears is more fun and not substantially worse either. I tried to use red candle there, which in hindsight was not very smart. But the Shears is a cool item as well. I like it, and you know what? God dang it, the Shears deserves more respect. Doesn't get quite as much as its brethren. There is a tinted rock over there. Let's talk about important stuff here. Oh, starter deck, yeah. We do not want... You know what? I was wrong. We could have turned... Oh, it is a crawl space. We could have turned paralysis into a card with starter deck. So I was incorrect, and I apologize to paralysis. By completely transmuting it into another object, we could have done something with it. I don't think we're going to get that tinted rock. I think we just go fight the boss right now. The important stuff I wanted to talk about. Don't do drugs, kids. But also, we are not going to... pick up an HP upgrade. If an HP upgrade shows up, we're never going to pick it up. At least not immediately. That goes for Eternal Hearts, too. Also bombs. We're going to try not to get blown up by them. I mean, we actually do have a shot at boss rush here, so we're really hoping for DPS. Or, you know what? An orbital is, last time I checked, not HP. So I'd be content to pick up a cube of meat or ball of bandages here. Which one doesn't really matter very much to me. And no deal with the devil means we don't have to worry about HP at all, as we're about 50 seconds behind the pace that I would normally like to get for boss rush. But that's okay, because we got more damage and speed than we normally have at this point. And if we don't do boss rush, we don't do boss rush, you know? Life goes on. Not very good damage. And we don't have any way to replenish those, so I would like to do better damage. Yeah, that's where you come in here, Shears. Oh, Shears, I like you so much. I like you so much. Look at the damage you're doing to Mega Maw here. You trying to tell me red candle would be better? Admittedly, you can use red candle more often. But look at how can you say no to that damage, man. It shakes, it bakes, it even makes julienne fries. People don't have julienne fries that much anymore. It's all about julienne carrots. I say we get back to the shoestring fry meta. What's your favorite kind of French fry? You like a steak fry? Like a nice thick... very potato-y one, or you like a thin one? You like a McDonald's French fry? I like a McDonald's French fry. I don't have anything against steak fries either. But I don't know, man. The McDonald's French fry, you know, don't insult the food scientists who engineered that recipe, because it works. There's some flavor packed in there. Some, you know, sodium glutamate. That almost sounded like I knew what I was talking about temporarily. I don't really like a Wendy's fry. I know they've replaced them. I don't think I've had them since they've done the new formula. Contrary to it being a dominant discussion topic for me, I don't actually have that much fast food, and certainly not that variety of fast food this day and age. I like a curly fry, too. A curly fry doesn't get as much respect as it should. It's got to be some kind of production cost issue. Maybe curlying the fries is expensive. You know what? I'd rather have you for this instead of the boss room, weirdly enough. Curlying the fries or the zest powder. Maybe there was a fire at the zest powder facility or something, but curly fries don't get as much credit as they deserve anymore. I think they serve them at Arby's, but I've never actually been to Arby's. So, less Arby's, more Harvey's. That's what I've always said. Arby's is a Canadian food chain. There's no question, though, McDonald's fries are not key for everything. For example, poutine. McDonald's poutine is just, it doesn't do it. It hits similar notes, but it's like an acoustic cover by a guy on YouTube when you wanted the real deal, you know? It's an admirable effort, but you're like, it's just not quite the same. Yeah, shielded tier is so good. A little dangerous with lost contact. Can easily put us in a position where... a little bit dangerous with chocolate milk is what I meant to say. Can easily put us in a position where we're not quite doing the damage output that we want because we keep missing shots. Devil Emperor is definitely the right call here. Actually, High Priestess Emperor is probably the right call. We don't need the Devil card. And we take Liberty Cap so much that I'm like, you know, if you want me to leave Liberty Cap, that's completely fine. What I'm trying to get at is we want to avoid having a huge charge shot get blocked. We can use, like, little charge shots to take out bullets, and then the big charges we want to save, if possible, for enemies. Try a bomb here. Maybe second secret room. This would be really nice. It's still quite good, but it could have been better. You know, honestly, we don't need to use High Priestess here. This is way too easy to it was way too easy to even waste a Shears usage on. You got Torn Photo. It's not HP. And, well, Lump of Coal we would love. More like Love of Coal. Krampus' Head we would loathe. And we got Lump of Coal, as we've been getting a lot recently, so I'm pretty pleased about this. Let's go check out our shop. Still about, maybe a minute? Yeah, probably a minute and a half by the end. A minute and a half behind Boss Rush. I don't think anything here is worth it, really. But we have an Emperor card, which we could use to get to Boss Rush. Now, that's going to inevitably make people mad that I even suggested it, but think about this situation. We've been to our item room, we've been to our shop, but our boss room is far away. Then we pop the Emperor card, get to the boss room, unlock Boss Rush, pop the Shears, fight Boss Rush, and, you know, pick up whatever item is there. What's my ideal shop payout? Yo. I really thought maybe we'd get a one-hit KO there. My ideal shop payout right now is Black Candle. No Curse of the Blind that could possibly mess us up, and no, Curse of the Unknown to mess us up. No Curse of the Maze to annoy me. No curses at all. Plus, we get the extra black card associated with it, which is, admittedly, a slight problem right now. You know, we're starting to dwindle on HP a little bit, which is fine because our damage is so good. But you know, it would be nice to get a little bit of insurance before the womb, where things are gonna, you know, really pick up damage-wise. Tower card. Might as well try it on this room. Didn't really give us anything. I'll sacrifice a Spirit Heart to pick this up, and it worked out very nicely for us. We want to be out of here, like, within a minute is unrealistic. If we can get out of here within 2.5 minutes, you know, by 18, I think we got a chance at getting all of our rooms and still getting to Boss Rush. Satanic Bible is fine, but I like the Shears more, actually. I was really hoping for a battery payout there. Hopefully item and shop are both along this corridor, and immediately regret saying that, of course, as the game finally figured out what I wanted and then kept it from me. Wish you could block beams with shielded tiers. That would be just temporarily, but it would still be cool, you gotta admit. And by the way, I should never have taken damage there. You're right, I've got some... I'm assuming you're right, depending on what you're commenting right now, but I'm making some sloppy decisions that I would prefer not to be making. Oh my god. Well, our dreams of a fertile boss rush are starting to run away a little bit here. Was really hoping on a Guppy item there, but again, Guppy is not it's not our be-all end-all anymore. We haven't gotten it as often recently, and we've succeeded in spite of it. I'm not going to say we've succeeded as a result of it, that's ignorant. But we've succeeded in spite of it. And if Guppy comes in fits and spurts, let's get through this relatively difficult, you know, Guppy-less period, and then reap the rewards on more difficult runs when we get Guppy and then it, you know, carries us out of oblivion. Not the Tom Cruise movie. There was a movie called Tomcats. Why the heck didn't it star Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks? Do you ever think that would have been the easiest movie ticket sell of all time back when it came out in the year 2003? Hanks and Cruise in a movie called Tomcats? Sign me up. Yeah, we need to go back for that. As much as I'm loving the idea of Boss Rush, we got a golden key. We got to pick this shit up right here. You can definitely take advantage of that. Alright, we haven't seen item room, I think. I always forget on these, you know, Curse of the Lost type areas here. Gate should be a fairly easy kill. The Brimstone attack might get me, but not in time. Not HP and no deal with the devil. It's a kind of a big disappointment, honestly. I mean, I didn't want the HP, but no deal with the devil is a disappointment for sure. We've already been here. And I said I wanted to be out of here by 18 minutes, which I think is a conceivable ask. It's going to be like exactly 18 minutes. Maybe we're missing out on our shop. I'm okay with this right now. So we head down to the next floor, and we really are just hoping for, especially no Curse of the Blind, but no Curse in general. Curse of the Lost is also annoying. Let's say goodbye to Boss Rush. If we manage to swing it, then good. But I'm not going to put it on my Christmas list. I'm not going to bet on it. The only way I'm going to be able to go to it is if I get... Actually, we should blow up skulls, because there is a small chance. A small chance. How do we do it? We, don't open that. We get a card that gives us teleportation. Might as well just take that right away. High Priestess is not that card, but I don't dislike it. Maybe we have High Priestess, High Priestess? Okay. And then what we do is we use Emperor card to teleport to the boss fight, and then the Fool card or Hermit or Stars to teleport out. But we're really, really running out of time. And we don't even need to teleport out. I guess we could just fight for it, but that's more of a personal issue of what I want to see there. We'll find out if we get the opportunity to take advantage of it. Almost certainly secret room style template. Oh my god, I was grossly mistaken. Of course, our other out is that we find item room and shop within the next 20 seconds or so. I would say that's probably statistically less likely. Freaking fly blocking all my shots. Here we go, we got skulls. I don't... Oh, you guys never leave? Welcome to the Hotel California, such a lovely place. Wheel of Fortune will just explode again. Perthrow. Perthrow. Is it worth getting rid of, like, High Priestess for? I think probably. This is the end of Boss Rush. So we'll get rid of High Priestess, keep Emperor, because it's great. This was not a good opportunity for us to use the Shears card, by the way, in case you're keeping score. We could use High Priestess on this room. All of a sudden, that's seeming like the much smarter idea. Oh well. We're fine. I'm disappointed with how this worked out, but hey, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. You can't get literally everything on every run, and we got a lot of things on this run that I should mostly be happy about, I think. Sorry if you can hear the keyboard clickety-clackety. It's just the way it goes when you got chocolate milk. Can't believe I used to hate chocolate milk and vanilla. To be fair, I think it's different now, but at the same time, you know, it feels like an extreme betrayal. Very thankful for the extra HP there. Again, this stuff is super valuable. You're gonna really, like, this one has to be a dice room. The only question is which one. 5 room wouldn't be so bad. 3 room. Credit card. Credit card Emperor. Credit card Perthrow. Credit card Perthrow. Credit card Joker. So let's get rid of some of these cards right away. We're gonna Joker. And there's nothing in here. There's no words on it. Two of Spades. Pop that right away. We still got the credit card. Then we got Ansus, which does nothing for us. Now we got Perthrow again. We reroll all those consumables. Didn't really give us anything better. Does the reroll all the consumables on the floor? I don't really care. Like, I'm content with Perthrow credit card. I love the Emperor card because it saves us so much time, and, you know, that's one of my core values in Isaac. Maybe not the core value, but I really like fast Isaac runs. And, unfortunately, losing the Emperor card means that we lose that speed, but it's not, like, crazy bad or anything like that. It's just kind of annoying. Let's donate some money here. Like, there's nothing wrong with our setup. It's just like I would rather have the ability to hold as many cards as I want and then just use left control to cycle through them. But that's a very unrealistic ask. And you know what? It's a quality situation. Perthrow credit card is good. It's a great situation. We can reroll something, finally. And, we can also, if we get a deal with the devil, we can reroll everything and then get it for free. But we're going to use Perthrow at our first available opportunity, because I want to be able to get something out of it. It's possible we won't get anything out of credit card. That's happened a lot lately. So this is our per throw rune for sure. And okay. It's weird, okay? I'm going to take Magic Mushroom because although it is going to be a damage downgrade because we'll lose the Whore of Babylon effect, it's a Tears upgrade and a damage multiplier, which I think will give us more damage than it costs us. And if we don't use the credit card on our next deal with the devil, or we come across a Guppy's Paw, we can get back into the Whore of Babylon state pretty easily. But I'll admit, this is a little bit of a complicated setup, but I do think that Magic Mushroom helps us more than it hurts us, even with the conventional wisdom surrounding Whore of Babylon, which is, once you get it, never let it go. Without a guaranteed out, at least. But hey, here we are. I still think this is the right play. And there's no real way to... I mean, actually, mathematically, you can probably prove it. Whore of Babylon is like 1.5 damage up, Magic Multiplier... Or Magic... Mushroom is a 1.5 times multiplier plus whatever we'd get from the Tears upgrade. But by not being in the Whore of Babylon state, we also lose some kind of stat upgrade from... Or at least we lose the speed upgrade, so it feels like a stat upgrade. And we've already seen this, by the way. So we'll just head down to the next floor and really hope for a deal with the devil. Otherwise, we're still fine, but I'd really like to be in the Whore of Babylon state and pick up some more deal with the devil items. I'm getting a lot of tweets. People are like, you know, why don't you do some shoal plus lamb runs? I always, well, not always. I often ask about this when I'm doing streams so I can get live feedback on it. It's seriously like I feel bad, but the prevailing opinion is that the darkroom runs are boring because they don't give you the opportunities for, you know, cool synergies and other items. And this is not me speaking. You know, this is the majority of people speaking. At least the majority of people that watch my stuff. And I actually agree with them, so it's a very kind of easy decision for me to go along with. You know, there might be like 30% of people who like the darkroom, but I want to go to the chest 100% of the time because it's more interesting 100% of the time. You know, there's like two schools of thought when it comes to Isaac. Like, one of them is like novelty is the most exciting thing, and the other one is like, you know, it's not novelty is the most exciting thing. That's why, like, I'm definitely in the second camp, which is why I'm like, well, we've got the opportunity to fight Mega Satan, but we'll lose the D6 if we take Dad's Key. And there's like half the people are like, take Dad's Key, it's Mega Satan, and half the people are like, you know, keep the D6, it's more exciting. I agree with, and this is not to say they're right, but I agree with the second half of people. Most of the time, I'm like, you know, I don't dislike fighting Mega Satan, and when we get the opportunity to do so conveniently, I like it. But if given the choice, I'm like, Mega Satan's not that. It's not like we've never seen it before, you know? We've fought Mega Satan probably like 50, 75 times at least in the series. And again, when I get the key pieces, I like to make that happen, but with Dad's Key I don't. So, and it's just, you know, I know some people like to see the darkroom. I would love to do the darkroom more often for the variety of it, but in order to make that likely, I guess we're just gonna fight the boss. In order to make that likely, what I would need to see is either, you know, more than 50% of people being like, hey, I want to see the darkroom. Obviously, this will provide a biased sample, but more than 50% of the people saying that they want to see it, or, well, here's something we can do. Let's take this, and then credit card, and take these for free, so we get a Whore of Babylon and all the items. It's the best of all worlds there, even though the deal wasn't particularly strong. Or, in Afterbirth, some changes to the darkroom to make it more exciting, which I think it would be awesome if it happened. You know, I think the darkroom, we can pick up that HP, it's okay. Lose the invincibility, but it's not a huge problem. People complain that it would make it overpowered, but honestly, it's just as simple, in my opinion, as making it so that the darkroom, yeah, let's get out of here, has guaranteed items. And people will be like, oh, then it's like thematic. It's thematically too similar to the chest. But, I mean, maybe, but it's also like way more exciting, like way more fun. I don't think it makes it too easy. I mean, if you're gonna give me that argument, they're buffing the Lost to make it so that the Lost is not as difficult. So, I mean, they're clearly more interested in, you know, interesting game mechanics than they are in just sheer difficulty. So, that's my opinion on what should be done to the darkroom, is make it, just give it 4 golden chests. If you gave it 4 guaranteed deals with the devil, that's a little crazy, especially if you go down there with the D6, but it could be fun. But I think just giving it 4 golden chests instead of red chests is also totally fine. Right now, there is no risk-reward associated with going to... it's got to be bottom middle here. There's no risk-reward associated with going to the dark room over the chest. You could get guppy items. That's it. You can get guppy items and spirit hearts. The chest is easier, but that's irrelevant. The chest is just, I think, more exciting. I'm not trying to preach, and I'm getting a little preachy here, but I think the chest is more exciting because of the fact that it has items. It's as simple as that. If you put items in the dark room, I'd try to split it 50-50, although it's going to be hard to get out of the habit. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. It's not like I'm forgetting to go to the dark room. I'm not being lazy about going to the dark room. I've actually given it more thought than you would probably expect. And my end opinion is that the dark room is presently kind of boring. And it's harder than the chest, but it's not like so much harder that it's like I'm taking the easy way out. Like doing Mega Satan over Blue Baby is definitely a lot harder than doing the dark room over the chest in the average situation. Plus, like, if you have I guess if you have a high luck stat, you can still get chests on the dark room that will give you items. But if you don't have a high luck stat, you're probably going to get 0 items, maybe 1. Whereas you can go down to the chest with a high luck stat, you know, get 12 items or something like that. That's way more fun to get 12 items, especially if you have a reroll available. We can fly. Let's sacrifice a spirit heart to pick up whatever this is. Contract from below. Probably a little too late for that to be super worthwhile, but what's done is done there. And I think it was worth 1 spirit heart, probably. It's probably worth at this point exactly what we paid for it. So we are in a little bit, just the slightest bit of a tricky situation based on our HP. Our damage is great. I would very much like to improve our HP a little bit. Or, again, pick up a defensive item. I know he was almost dead, but I'm like, let's give it a fucking shot. Please don't make me reroll my run right now. This would be one of the few times that I would actually probably say no to rerolling my run. It's just too late for us to recover if it's terrible. And, you know, it'd be a one-shot only kind of deal. 2 room. Reroll the chest into a bomb. I have to imagine that was probably not ideal. I very much dislike homing bombs right now, although it was probably my failure to place them properly. Another thing that would be awesome on this run is sad bombs. And I say that every time. Let's do the echo. What do I want? Like rubber cement or piercing shots and sad bombs. Yes. Yes, this is true. I would like all of these. Maybe not in conjunction, but I would like all of them at least individually, and some of them together. Well, we're like, except for the curving shots, we're pretty much invincible here, as long as we just continue shooting directly at Isaac. So we're just going to make sure that we're getting Shears aggro as much as possible, because with Shears aggro, there's no way that I don't do damage to him. Still, again, I gotta admit, little low on HP, making me the slightest bit nervous. We got 6, and we got 4 items coming up, but still, I think I'm deservedly just the slightest bit nervous about this. It's a big streak, I don't want to lose it. A couple bad rooms can turn this into a scary situation. Decent, pretty bad, pretty bad, pretty bad. And we've got a pretty clear indication of where our boss room is, at least in my opinion. It's very, very likely to be down in this region right here. Oh, this is, I'm so guilty of that bad habit of, like, whenever a shot comes out, dodge in a direction and never choose whether or not, like, never reanalyze whether or not that direction is proper. just keep going. If you keep going, they can never get you. So every room that goes by here makes me feel a little bit better about our HP, and if we could get some spirit heart drops or something like that, I would feel even better. Like 1 spirit heart goes a long way. It should go a long way at least. Bad idea to fight War first, because it's gonna make it difficult to get out of his way with Famine still alive here, but turned out to be pretty okay. I can't stress enough that, like, I'm not trying to make it seem like this is a tough run. It's just that if I really mess up, we could find ourselves in a tough spot. But as of right now, it's looking real good. 2 bombs curse is better than 1, I guess, because you get an extra 5 bombs out of it. A little silly, though. As long as we have Shears and 2 HP on our Blue Baby fight, I don't think we can lose. I mean, we can literally lose, but I don't think it's very likely at all that we're going to lose. But that's something we can worry about when we get there. For now, let's just not take the dumbest damage of all time, like I did right there. Well, it's a free room, at least. As is this. And there's our boss room. Should be, a loss should be basically impossible now. Second secret room, that might help out. We got a tarot card. Strength, yeah, man, that's amazing. Demon's Tail doesn't do anything for us. So this is going to be another win. And a win on a random run always feels nice. Because you know you've gotten through, you know, what is potentially going to be the damnation. You know, you're going to die someday probably, but at least it wasn't today. We had a fairly easy time of it, especially towards the end. Never really got too low on HP. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.